So I just met up with one of my friends from London. He's also on the British Council, and we went out for some drinks and some food. And we met one of his friends who's Chinese and her friend, and had a lovely evening with a few bars. And as the night went on, we went to one bar where they played a lot of games with dice, and it's a bit like Go Fish. You lie about how many dice you have and see if someone rules you out. As we were playing, another group who were Chinese saw us play and asked to join. And after a while, I realised the three men were all kind of a bit flirtatious with me. And I think it might have been the hair colour and the white skin, just drew them in. And we were all chatting for a long time. And my friend was chatting with the two girls who are absolutely lovely, the nicest ladies in the world. And she translated everything, and they were brilliant. And I was chatting to the two guys, and I think they were very much interested. It's nice to know that Chinese men are around that actually care about white people. It makes you feel a little bit more comforted knowing you're here for a year, and that love interest can still be in the air, I suppose. So yeah, after that I got a Uber cab back home, and my new Chinese friend booked it for me. And I was in the cab, and I was told by Richard, don't say a thing or they will scam you. So I stayed quiet throughout. Got to my stop. The man was like 19 yen. And I was like, well, it's paid for. Showed him my app on Pleco, which translates it. And he looked at it and was like, no, it's 19 yen. And I went, bo, which means no. And then he was just kind of like, and I was like, dway, no. And dway is yes. And he looked at me and went, Zaijian. And I was like, goodbye. Zaijian means goodbye. And just got out the taxi, walked my way back to the hotel. Basically, he was trying to take the piss out of me and take my money away, even though it had already been prepaid for. And thank you so much to my friend who did that. I'm going to take her out for dinner, and my other friend and Richard as well at some point soon. We had a fantastic evening. We went to a place called Lush, which is an expat community. Brilliant atmosphere, good music, good drinks. The food was okay. We had Mexican. We had some nachos on the side. But it was very welcoming, and they spoke English. And yes, we went to another bar. They spoke very little English, but that was very good because I learned how to say words like schwa, which is water, and just general everyday words like, everyday words, beer, and thank you, shashia, and correct my English. And the 3 or 4 guys we met earlier were all police officers, and I had a very intense conversation with one of them, and he was telling me how local politics he agrees with, but wants to make a difference in local community, in that he wants change for the younger generation to what it is today in a positive light. And it was very interesting to hear the younger generation's perspective on local government and what they want to do. So all of them are part of the new police department after graduating university. I had a very good conversation about that. And as a whole, they're a very lovely, sociable group. And it just goes to show how friendly and sociable the Chinese society can be, even on a night out. And very respectful. Only thing I can say was a bit odd was the smoking indoors. So a lot of the men smoke indoors, but for women it's a bit more of a taboo. And I got offered one, and I was just kind of like, no, no, no. And all the girls were like, definitely not, definitely not. Like, it's a bad thing if women smoke. And it was quite funny to see that perspective of indoor smoking was a male thing. Because the first time they offered it, they ignored me completely, like I didn't exist, and passed it straight onto my male friend Richard. And he doesn't smoke, so like, no. But it's interesting to see their view on smoking as a masculine thing. But when I got to know them, they weren't masculine dominated. They were more than welcome to chat to everyone. Had great drinking games, which is very much respected in their society. Drinking games all the way. But it was a brilliant night. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a great time at the moment. Thank you for listening to A Ginger in Beijing. 再见